The ending of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic third season was a mark for all fans of the show, and without a doubt bears one of the most polemic episodes of all time. It was when Twilight Sparkle won her wings and turned herself into a member of royalty. Hey beautiful people, I am Julie, and I know that a lot of you people didn't like what happened in this episode. So today we'll try to understand why so many people don't like seeing our protagonist becoming an Alicorn. We will analyze the situation. Was this change really necessary to the show? Did it make sense? Maybe not, but here we go. Starting from the beginning, Twilight's transformation in an Alicorn is indisputably an emotional mark in the series. A lot of fans may not like it, but it's generally because of the fear of change or attachment to the original form of the character. We're used to seeing in a way, and for sure it's hard to follow a character for 3 years and didn't receive any changes like this without warning, and it's a shock to everybody. I get it, mostly because it's a big change. Some fans also may have worries about what would affect the dynamic of the group and development of the history, but throughout the series we see how Twilight grows and learns to deal with her new position, which brought a lot of significant and emotional moments in the show. One of them being the last episodes of last season, The Last Problem, which shows all the responsibilities that Twilight has taken the role of leader of Equestria, substituting Luna and her mentor Celestia. In this episode, we see a far future side, where Twilight herself tells her new student, Luster Dawn, how everything was so hard for her. And that brings us to the main issue, her friends. Twilight's transformation in an Alicorn means that also one day, no matter how sad it is, she will be separated from the ponies that she loves the most. And guys, the whole gets deeper. Gives a dark vibe to the show. I myself lost some sleep thinking about it. They were the main six. They took care of each other and protected Equestria together. It was fair they ruled together too, but that wasn't the case. The writers followed another path. This fact for sure made most of the fans dislike the way that Twilight was handled. And if you really think about it, a show about friendship with the protagonist end up alone? Not cool. And that isn't out of my head. In the last episode of the last season, we see Twilight receiving her friends at the palace. They get old. It crushes my heart. I think that they did feel the needs to be a princess too. When we were still following the show as the episodes released, I think everybody had a little hope that when the audience less expected, they would become Alicorns too. I know it isn't that easy, but I wouldn't be bothered if they had done this. To this day, I don't get it. It seems like they were following a direction in the show and then out of a sudden they did a loop, turned back around and decided to change everything. That's a no-no. I didn't get over it, but oh well. And all of this takes us to the next matter. In the beginning, it seemed like Twilight's transformation wouldn't change a lot in the plot of the show, but a feeling like, buy her toys, the purple one has wings now! Especially because we weren't sure of what new role would be. Twilight herself sings about not knowing what to do and where to fit around the 4th season. It wasn't just the audience who was confused. Twilight herself didn't know what she was doing. We already had 3 Alicorns in the show. Did we really need another one? It wasn't interesting enough, the story as it was. Come on. Troy had a harder time facing villains in the first seasons, then all of a sudden the main character shows up and has hacks on? Jokes aside, I feel like since the moment the show's focus shifted as well. In the moment Twilight receives her castle in the 5th season, we see more problems with friendship and less villains. That isn't necessarily bad, but I feel like some people got disappointed with this change, the subtle it is. And you know what else is subtle? You leaving a like in this video and subscribing. It only takes a few seconds and it helps a lot. Have you subscribed already? Thanks. And what they did with her design in the end of the show? I'm not even going to talk about Spike. I get the creeps every time. Jesus, when I saw it for the first time, the fans made fanarts of Twilight as the governor since the 3rd season. Beautiful fanarts, each more beautiful than the previous one. Not that I hated how she turned out, but there is something in her that wasn't familiar. The hair got too straight and it lacked royalty. A touch of magic, she got a serious design. But That might be stuff from my head. Tell me what you think about it in the comments, if you agree or think that I'm saying nonsense. Of course, that isn't everything bad. Her transformation in an Alicorn represented opportunities to explore a deep more theme in the show, like the meaning of true friendship, the importance of embracing new challenges, and the capacity of surpassing her own limitations. Twilight's journey as an Alicorn also served to remember that personal growth is a natural part of life, and those experiences could take you through amazing discoveries about yourself and the world around you. Cute, right? Throughout the episodes, we see Twilight facing these challenges and becoming a respectful leader, showing that even when the challenge might be scary, they could lead to a new emotional possibility of growth. And you, what do you think about this change? Did you like it? Not notice any difference? Prefer Twilight as she was before? Or like more after the transformation? Comment down below for me to know. Thanks for watching till here and hasta la vista.